Naples, located in southern Italy, is the third largest city in terms of population after Rome and Milan. What makes this city stand out the most is that it is not loved by Italians. Yes, neither the people of Naples are any less than the rest of the country, nor is the rest of the country less than them. Naples seems like a completely different country, excluded within Italy. In this video, we will closely examine the city, and we will try to understand why the people here are not liked in Italy, and also learn about Italy's major internal issues through this topic. Those who visit Naples.
One of the most disturbing things is the piles of garbage. Almost every street, every corner has heaps of uncollected trash. This has persisted for years, escalating in the 1980s with the Naples Mafia's involvement. Things had reached such a point that in 1994 a state of emergency was declared in the city due to the piles of garbage. Now you might ask, what does the Mafia have to do with garbage? The thing is, the Naples municipality was already struggling to collect household waste. There were 3 disposal stations in the city, and the waste produced far exceeded the capacity of these disposal stations. The Mafia found the industrial and nuclear waste business to be highly lucrative. Industrial and nuclear waste from other regions of Italy was dumped into the piles of garbage in Naples through the Mafia. Disposing of waste through official procedures was costly, so companies found working with the Mafia convenient. Of course, no one cared about the people in Naples. In fact, no one loved this city, including those who lived in it. Around 10 million tons of toxic waste were dispersed. Due to the toxic waste and the subsequent radical increase in cancer cases, Naples' suburbs, Nola, Acerra, and Merigliano, began to be referred to as the Death Triangle. The Mafia was dumping toxic waste mainly in this region. In 2008, partly due to global pressure, Italy aimed to resolve this situation. Industrial and nuclear waste no longer comes to Naples as it used to. However, due to the municipality's inadequate budget and ineptitude, garbage piles persist on the streets. Naples, Italy, has one of the country's highest crime rates, posing dangers for both tourists and locals. Many tourists who travel to various parts of the world say that they only had their wallet or money stolen in Naples. The local mafia organization Camorra, synonymous with the city, is proof of the significance of crime here. The Camorra, a mafia organization, controls all facets of life in the city, wielding immense influence over the entire populace. They see themselves as the government of the city. They claim it is their duty to maintain justice and order. The Camorra Mafia comprises several clans. These clans occasionally have disagreements, leading to clashes in the middle of the street. The biggest disagreement they experience is capturing new territories. As in many places, drugs are one of the most important sources of income for the Mafia in Naples. The more territories a clan controls, the more drug income it generates. This way, they can climb to the top within the Camorra as well. That's why clan members are not afraid to risk death. They paint pictures of deceased Mafia members on the walls of the streets and arrange these images in a way that resembles worship. If the deceased person is a clan leader, they even build an altar and place the photo inside it. For instance, Emanuele Cibolo, a clan leader, died in a conflict with a rival clan. In response, the clan members built an altar for him on a street. They try to glorify deceased Mafia members with street art and altars. This method is quite effective on young people, and the Mafia has no difficulty finding new members. To prevent this situation, Italian law enforcement wants to remove these images and altars, but they face difficulties every time. For example, when they wanted to remove the altar made for Emanuele Cibolo, the public reacted to the location organized by the Mafia. Naples has also been impacted by the global migrant influx in recent years. Especially many African migrants departing from the Tunisian coast to the Mediterranean are trying to enter Europe through the Italian shores. The population of African and Middle Eastern migrants in Naples has risen sharply since 2015. The migrant influx has worsened the pre-existing crime problem. Aside from Italians and those who go to Italy, people may not realize that Italy as a country is divided into 2. Northern and southern Italy are like 2 very different countries. The wealthy and developed part of the country is made up of the northerners, while the southern part is lagging behind both financially and sociologically. Some say that from a northern perspective, southern Italy marks the beginning of the African continent. Both sides have a strong dislike for each other. Northerners use the word mezzogiorno, which means midday in Italian, when referring to southern Italy. This metaphor refers to the south always being hot, and this heat becoming unbearable at midday. In this map you see, the light colors represent northern Italy, and the dark colors represent southern Italy. The per capita income in the Mezzogiorno region is on average 40% lower compared to the north. For instance, Milan in northern Italy has a higher per capita income than the Swiss average. Naples, on the other hand, ranks the same as the poorest countries in the European Union in the same data. According to the official data of the Naples municipality, while the unemployment rate in Italy is 11.58%, it is 31.39% in Naples. Young people from Naples are migrating to the north or other countries for better job and income opportunities. Northern and southern Italy are vastly different in terms of urbanization. In the north, cities and roads are more orderly, clean, and architecturally in better condition. In Naples and other southern cities, irregular urbanization prevails. In daily life, streets, avenues, parks, and squares are neglected and chaotic. The exterior walls of buildings are randomly covered with graffiti and writings. The buildings are in disrepair, lacking paint for years. The roads are riddled with potholes and electrical cables hang exposed. In Italian politics, the dominance of Northerners is more strongly felt. This is also reflected in the election results. And the North and South are distinctly divided. Southerners tend to support more left-leaning social democratic parties. The Five-Star Movement emerged as a reaction to the stagnation of Italian politics in the late 2000s. They grew rapidly by radically questioning and opposing the current system. As a result, they achieved success in local and general elections. They won both general and local elections in Naples. People in northern Italy tend to support more conservative right and center-right parties, while the north and south are so divided. People in the south additionally do not like Neapolitans. Although Italian, the country's official language, is spoken in Naples, this Italian is quite different. The Italian spoken here has a very heavy dialect. Due to this, northern Italians have significant trouble comprehending the Neapolitan dialect, sometimes finding it completely unintelligible. Some people claim that the language spoken in Naples is not Italian but Neapolitan. The basis of this claim is that Neapolitan Italian has its own dictionary, and in this dictionary, not only words, but also some grammatical differences are explained in detail. In northern Italy, speaking the Neapolitan dialect is considered shameful. Naples' logistical connection with the north seems to have been officially severed. High-speed trains are the backbone of inner-city transportation in Italy, allowing travel to almost every city. However, trains to Naples are less frequent. Southern trains are older and slower than northern ones. The A13 highway, which links Naples to the rest of Italy, is regarded as the country's worst in terms of infrastructure. The highway is undergoing ongoing renovations, funded by the European Union to enhance Naples' transportation infrastructure. However, in 2012, the European Union's Anti-Corruption and Fraud Office discovered that a large portion of the grant money had gone to the Naples Mafia. They demanded the Italian government return the $471 million in grant money that went to the Mafia. In Italy, the people of Naples are often known as cunning individuals who constantly try to deceive others and gain both material and moral benefits from it. In this city, taxi drivers are known for overcharging tourists. Of course, it's easy for us to say, but the hardships of life here and the psychology of being marginalized push people to live day by day and moment by moment. One of the most concrete examples of this cunning Neapolitan stereotype is the cars in the city. Those who visit the city notice that many of the cars here are dented and old. People living in Naples used to resort to all kinds of methods to deceive insurance companies in the past, and this was done commonly. Insurance companies, unable to cope with these, left the city, and only a single insurance company owned by the Mafia continued its operations. This insurance company also increased prices. Naples now has the highest insurance fees in Italy, and people did not dare to deceive the Mafia as they had previously done with other insurance companies. For this reason, most of the cars here are uninsured. Since the city is already one of the poorest, the cars are also quite old. People are not very eager to follow the rules either. For this reason, traffic accidents are highly likely. As a result of all this, they continue to use cars full of dents and scratches until they are completely junk.
So is everything in Naples bad? Of course not. This city is the capital of pizza, and Neapolitans make the best pizza. Not just in pizza, they have the best cuisine in Italy. When you get to know them individually and build friendships, Neapolitans are extremely passionate, helpful, and good people. They claim the system compels them to be shrewd and selfish daily. Moreover, this city has a remarkably rich history. There are also holiday resorts nearby with very good beaches. Everyone, whether they like it or not, says that Naples must be visited. Paying attention to small details can ensure a smooth visit. Before closing the video, I have a favor to ask. If this video gets 5,000 likes, I will visit the place abroad and record my experiences there.